Hey everyone, I'm Dan. I am half of JRPGLife, and I am here alone today to talk about this new Sony ending of physical media thing, and I think that there's something more to this that nobody's talking about. If this is your first time here, thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's jump into the topic. Alright, so July 1st, Sony just announced the ending of physical media, and honestly, to make it very clear, Elisa and I aren't happy about it. We have a huge physical game collection. We have like 1,500 physical PlayStation games. We have the full PlayStation Vita set. Like, who has that? Like, physically. We're not happy about it. However, I don't think this is the whole story, honestly. And first of all, I'm going to say that they've done this before. Let's back up to 2021. The end of March, they announced the closure of the PlayStation Vita store. People were up in arms. I think PS3 was in that same announcement, by the way. And nobody was happy. So 1 month later, they went, okay, I'm sorry, we're going to back that up. And end of April, it was back. And it's been back ever since. We still have an active PlayStation Vita and PS3 online store. Yeah, they've been slowly removing a lot of the games from it over the past many years, but it's still there. For the record, I think that is actually closing soon. Legacy hardware is expensive, tech debt is a big deal, and I really don't think it's valuable enough for them to keep maintaining those servers. It's unfortunate, I'm going to miss that, but I do really think that is ending. However, the PlayStation physical game situation ending in January of 2028, I don't think that's true. I think that it's actually part of a publicity stunt. And here's my reasoning. I could be completely wrong, this could be a wild conspiracy theory, but we need to talk about this. So, let's talk about the Xbox Ultimate situation that happened in October 2025. They increased the price from $19.99 of their highest tier to $29.99, and it sucked, right? They said millions of people left the subscription. They never revealed exactly how much they lost or how many numbers that was. Doesn't matter. It was, what was it? April of the next year, they said, okay, sorry, we're going to go ahead and back that out. We're going to bring it back down to $22.99, which is only like $3 more than it was. And we're going to take away Call of Duty out of Game Pass day one. It's interesting. So when I saw that they were going to remove Call of Duty with it, I went, When they were considering rolling out the price increase back in October, did they really do it just because they wanted to make more money and they needed to account for the cost of goods and, you know, the time and preparation, whatever? Were they really needing that price increase, or did they have an ulterior motive? I'm going to write up a hypothetical for you, and this could be totally wrong, but I think it's reasonable. Call of Duty is an Activision product. They acquired Activision recently. They like having it. They have publicly announced that they're going to keep it multi-platform for a while, but it's also like the biggest seller consistently every single year of all video games in America. That's a pretty big moneymaker for them. And I'll bet you they really don't want that in Game Pass. Like, honestly, what benefit do they have of bringing it day one to current subscribers? So I think their original goal was to take that away. But they couldn't, right? They can't just take that away suddenly. Hey, by the way, Call of Duty isn't day one anymore. We're going to upset a lot of fans. People are going to cancel Game Pass because some people, probably a large amount of people, only subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate for the Call of Duty Day 1 access, right? Potentially. Again, hypothetically. So how about instead, let's do this. I'm pretending like I'm Microsoft and I know anything about game development or running a big company. I don't. But let's just say, let's increase the price by 50%. People are going to be upset. We're going to lose some customers. But if we do that, we can back it out a little later and pull Call of Duty with it and say, you're right, I'm sorry, we listened to you. Thank you for your feedback. Here you go. They they kind of sneakily take away Call of Duty. They get a $3 increase off of their $19.99 service. And they made you think they just did you a favor because it's not $29.99 anymore. That's interesting. Well, let's go back to Sony because this is relative. Now we're in a situation where they are potentially going to stop printing physical media. So first of all, I have to say, who's the loudest audience regarding gaming and online? YouTube, whatever facet you watch. Is it the digital media players in terms of people that would complain, or is it the physical media players? I would bet you that physical media, even though it's like I think 85% of all users of PlayStation, 85% of all games purchased on PlayStation have been digital. That 15% is the vocal minority. They're the ones that are going to raise up arms. They're the ones that are going to cause publicity problems, right? Us. I'm part of that group. I'm not happy about it. So the question is, why would they announce the end of physical media 18 months before doing it? 18 months. July 1st, 2026, and then January 1st, 2028. What possible reasoning could they have to announce that 18 months early? Let's throw a hypothetical out. Maybe to appease the shareholders, right? How does that possibly appease shareholders? Are they losing so much money by producing physical media that they have to make this kind of announcement in order to project that small increase they would make off of getting rid of that cost? I don't think so. I honestly don't think so. Yes, physical media is more expensive to produce than digital, obviously. But there's big marketing in retail space. There's big marketing in having that physical product on a shelf somewhere for somebody to get. The last minute buy on their way out from checkout. There's a lot of value in that, and a lot of games are purchased that way. Or maybe B, they want to make this announcement 18 months in advance because it's generally just not making them enough money and they're losing money on it. Like, I don't think that's the case either. Like, if that's the case, why announce it so far in advance? Honestly, why take 18 months? That's a very weird, long number. In my job outside of YouTube has nothing to do with the gaming industry or anything. I've been involved in marketing a lot, and there's a couple things that marketing has going for them, at least good teams. And we could assume they have a horrible marketing team. That could be the case, and everything I'm saying is wrong. But Fallout is heavily weighted when announcements are planned. They know who's going to be upset when somebody says, we're going to stop printing physical discs. They know a lot of people are. They know the vocal minority, physical collectors, are going to be up in arms, along with multiple news outlets. I think Game Rant, even Domino's was saying, like, hey, we're only going to make digital pizzas. Like, they knew that a lot of this fallout was going to happen, and it's going to make all eyes on PlayStation, a lot of people pretty bitter, right? Marketing understands that generally. So what is Sony's goal with this? Why would they announce this 18 months early? Well, I think that their end goal isn't actually to stop printing all physical media. I think this message is going to be backed out within the next couple months. I would say no more than 6, probably around 2 to 4. And they're going to say, okay, we heard you. You want physical media. So instead, we're going to give you, maybe it'll be a game key disc. What's another potential reason that Sony could be doing this? Well, everybody knows price increases are everywhere. That's a big deal. I think this is another way for them to roundabout just increase the price of physical games. Think about it. First, they tell us, hey, we're going to stop printing physical discs soon. 18 months. That's not soon. But 18 months from now, we're going to stop printing physical discs. We get really upset. We want physical games. And they say, okay, you're right. A couple months later, fine, we listened. I apologize. We're going to give you physical games back, but they're going to be $100 each. It could happen. I think it really could happen. Even if we get games that are on 4K Blu-rays and it's 6 discs, people are going to buy them. $100, $120. They want their physical discs. Okay, well, if you want them, you guys have told us you want them. $120, $150 for this game. I'm surprised Grand Theft Auto 6 is only going to be $80. It's crazy. Or they actually start manufacturing new discs that can hold that much data. We know data is the problem, right? We know that new games are big, 8K, 4K, 120. That's a lot of data. But Blu-ray existed, and science found a way to make 4K Blu-ray. Nintendo existed, and then science found a way to make bigger chips for Super Nintendo. I highly doubt that there is actually a physical limit to how much we can innovate. Of course, the elephant in the room is storage price. There's a big problem right now with that. Pricing's too high. It's hard to maintain physical media. And it's hard to transfer legacy media, such as the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita online shops, on that old hardware. They have to transfer it to new hardware, which costs money. And that's why that's ending. But I think that this was Sony's plan all along. They're going to say, we're going to pretend like we're going to take away physical media. And then once everybody's up in arms and starts getting really upset about it, and then it calms down and people stop buying PlayStation a little bit, it's not going to change much. 85% of their sales are digital. Then we're going to come back and say, all right, we heard you. Okay, we're going to make physical media. It's going to be in the form of a game key disc. Here you go. Here's some cases. We'll make sure that new hardware has a disk drive option. Thank you so much for your feedback. We care about you. It's all a publicity stunt. I think this is an intentional ploy to make us like them more or dislike them less when they give us a price increase or something worse than what we have right now. It's all a facade. It's all a publicity stunt. They knew exactly what was coming and they know exactly what they're doing. So comment below. Are they doing this just to increase prices later? Are they doing this because they actually want to get rid of physical media? Or are they doing it because they want to implement game key discs or something else? Comment below. Thank you so much for watching.